All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Dubs today. Absolute fleece of a trade. I knew the McRib was back. We know the McRib is back, but I didn't know you could get Dennis Schroder for a McRib. So basically, the Golden State Warriors just received Dennis Schroder and a second-round pick in exchange for DeAnthony Melton and 3 seconds. So pretty much, you just gave away 2 second-round picks for Dennis Schroder, and DeAnthony Melton obviously done for the season, unfortunately, which really sucks because in his limited playing time with Golden State Warriors, they looked absolutely phenomenal. But folks, this is a fleece. We all know this is a fleece. 31 years old. If you're wondering why the Brooklyn Nets didn't get a first-round draft pick in exchange, I'm sure maybe if they held for a little bit longer, maybe they could have for a desperate team towards the deadline. But Dennis Schroder is on an expiring contract, so this is just a rental. And I absolutely love this for the Golden State Warriors. First off, Dennis Schroeder's having literally a career season. In 23 games, he's averaging 18.4 points, 3 rebounds, 6.6 assists, over a steal a game on 45.2% from the field and 38.7% from downtown. So quite literally a fleece. This is an absolute stud. He's having a phenomenal season with Brooklyn. And I get it, the Nets aren't a good basketball team. Trust me, this is not good stats on a bad team. Or, like that's kind of the joke. I don't know why Christian Wood just came to my mind with the Houston Rockets a couple of seasons ago, but this is, Dennis Schroder, right? We all know Dennis Schroder. He's been all around the league. He's a super solid baller, high IQ. He's going to fit in perfectly. And I just love this trade. I'm going to break it down to you why. But before we do, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Dubs content. We haven't made a Warriors video in way too long. I apologize. Work just gets in the way. But anyways, like I said, hit the like button, hit that sub button for daily Dubs content. Golden State's currently 14-10. All right. Now they're on a little bit of a drought. They've lost 3 out of their last 10 basketball games, but they're currently 14th in scoring. They're actually the 6th best defense in the National Football League, in the NBA, but 14 in scoring, averaging 113.1 points per game. And here's the big thing. There's been a couple of big names on the trade deadline market recently. First off, like LeBron James, to Golden State's become a thing. Zion Williamson to Golden State just recently became a thing in the last couple of days. Jimmy Butler, the Heat look like they're down to trade away Jimmy Butler, but he's on, expiring contract. He's old. He doesn't even really shoot 3-pointers. It's going to be really hard for the Miami Heat to trade Jimmy Butler. But my point just is, when we've been talking about Warriors trades all season, because I think it's clear Golden State needs to be in a win-now mode. And that's why Lauri Markkanen was a thing in the offseason. They need to go out there and get Steph Curry more help. And it's not to say that the team is bad, but when you have young kids like TJD, B-Pod, JK even, who JK might not even be a Golden State Warrior in a couple of months, there's just too many. Moses Moody, these are all such really talented young players. And I'm sure post-Steph Curry Golden State could look to these guys to be the next hopeful Golden State Warriors dynasty. But at the end of the day, you still have Steph Curry, and Steph Curry is still doing Steph Curry things, playing at an MVP-esque level, 23 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6.5 assists. I mean, it's Steph Curry. And so I just feel like Golden State, not that you have to mortgage your future and, all right, trade JK away, trade Kuminga, trade B-Pod, trade TJD, trade Moses Moody, go out there and acquire some talent. You don't need to make moves like that. You don't need to trade the whole ship. But what you can do is give away DeAnthony Melton and his contract and 3 second-round picks for a dude like Dennis Schroder and a second-round pick as well. Literally, for the price of a McRib, the Golden State Warriors just acquired Dennis Schroder. And I know for a fact they're not done. Me personally, I know Golden State is 14th in scoring, which is right around the middle of the NBA. I'm not concerned with their scoring. There's plenty of dudes who can score. I do miss a player like Jordan Poole, and I do think Dennis Schroder can fill a role like that. But Buddy Hield goes down for a couple of games. If he goes down for a couple of weeks, if Steph Curry has to go down for a couple of weeks, I don't feel great with my lead scorer, or who would have to become my lead scorer, being a guy like Jonathan Kuminga and Andrew Wiggins and all these other guys to just kind of pick up the slack. Dennis Schroder, is just such a high IQ player. Dudes love him. Teammates love him. Golden State's going to absolutely love him. And like I said, I don't think they're going to be done. And I know Golden State is still a very solid rebounding team. They are the second best rebounding team in the NBA. Last season, they were number one. They're technically 12th in the NBA in blocks, but I still want a more sturdy, solidified rim protector. Some player like Rudy Gobert. Obviously, they're not going to go out there and get Rudy Gobert, but I don't think personally Kevon Looney, Draymond Green, and TJD, I don't think that's going to be enough size to hopefully win another championship for Steph Curry and this Golden State Warriors organization. So I really like this move. As far as the big men, I was just talking about, Thomas Bryant, I believe, just got picked up, just got traded. I'm not talking about a Thomas Bryant. I am talking about like almost like a Clint Capella type of basketball player. That's who I'm looking for. But I do think in the short term and in the long run, Dennis Schroder is absolutely perfect for this. The Brooklyn Nets are not a good basketball team this season. He spent it with Brooklyn last season and also the Toronto Raptors. He was with the Lakers the year before it. He played a brief stint in Houston before or after he got traded from Boston. All in all, he's played on 7 different teams. This will be his 8th team in 12 years. 8th team in 12 years. So started all 23 games for Brooklyn this season. As we do know about Steve Kerr, and we also know about the Golden State Warriors talent level, I'm really curious where this is going to work out in the rotation. I do not think this is a player you need to start on a night in and night out basis. I do think his fit with Steph will be very good. And even though he is a guard, he's a very good defensive player. All right. Like we said, he's averaging over a steal per game. For example, in the last game, there was no Andrew Wiggins. They don't play, I believe, until tomorrow against Dallas. The last starting lineup the Golden State Warriors deployed in that game against the Houston Rockets was Gary Payton, Steph Curry, Buddy Hield, Jonathan Kuminga, and Draymond Green. Add that a little bit deeper into the rotation, TJD, Looney, B-Pod, Lindy Waters, and then you saw a little bit of Pat Spencer and Kyle Anderson. But there's so much talent on this team. I don't know what Steve Kerr is going to do. I don't think Steve Kerr even knows what he's going to do. But my whole thing, my whole philosophy, my ethos here is just get Steph Curry as much help as possible. And that's not a dig on any member of the Golden State Warriors basketball roster. That is just more of it's Steph Curry. You're 14-10. You're going to make the playoffs at this pace. The West is loaded. The NBA is loaded, but there's also a door open. There's also a door open for a championship here. This season just to me feels very similar to 2022. It just does. It always has since Buddy Hield got over and, everything that happened in the offseason. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button, hit that sub button for daily Dubs content. But guys, most importantly, give me your thoughts on the Dennis Schroder move down below. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.